So the first person to ask me what the word democracy means was a prostitute in Iraq. It was 2004 in Baghdad, and her name was Hala. Hala styled herself from posters of Britney Spears, and her husband had died in the initial invasion in Iraq in 2003. My answer to her question was lame. I said something about the Bill of Rights, and ever since then, the question has haunted me. I'm going to take you on a quick journey to show you how this question brought me here to this point in my professional and personal life. Since 2003, I've mostly covered war, revolution, and conflict overseas. I've lived in Iraq, Afghanistan, Israel, and Mexico. Here, a Marine threatens a man robbing a bank in Baghdad. And throughout these travels, people have continued to ask me what I, as an American, think the word democracy means. Here, I lived with a family in Gaza and watched with them on their roof as Israeli bombs fell not too far away. And here, women line up to vote for the first time. In Syria, the heartbreak that exists no matter which side of a war one finds themselves on. The chaos I covered made me curious. What do people in my own country think democracy means? A country that often exports this idea, and a place where some people are willing to die for it. And so I've begun documenting our society's connection to this widely used, often misunderstood concept to find a better answer than the one I came up with years ago with Hala. The first thing people mention when they talk about democracy are elections. And what does this mean in a country where the majority of Americans don't vote? I traveled to areas of the United States with the highest number of non-voters, like El Paso, Texas, on the border where people feel their vote is useless, drowned out by their conservative state, Texas. And Warner Robins, Georgia, a highly religious Air Force town. Areas of Appalachia where people feel forgotten. I found that asking this question requires a deep understanding of the people in the photos. This project attempts to bridge today's deep political divide, to understand that people don't exist along party lines. For example, here in Trump country, most people consider themselves liberal. In North Carolina, I followed NRA supporting hunters, conservatives, but not in every vein. They are traditional environmentalists, close to nature. They believe in climate change. And in Memphis, this couple belongs to a notorious gang. The gang has a leader who enforces school attendance, good grades, and helps families in need. In a city known for inequality and racism, it raises interesting questions about what happens, who steps in, when the system fails those living in our democracy. And my images aren't the only part of the project. This is where I've left traditional journalism to find new ways of learning from and engaging the communities that I cover. Armed with their cell phones, the communities themselves take photos and participate in discussions about what they think democracy looks like, whether it exists in their everyday lives, connecting one community to the next in an Instagram feed called Our Democracy. The final leg of this project is personal. Many of us photographers have dedicated our lives to photography, trying to get people to pay attention to the world around us. We often forget about our own lives. Even now, I'm shy to stand up here and share something very important and something many female photographers keep secret. The process of coming home, rediscovering my country, has also given me the opportunity to concentrate on creating my own family. 3 months ago, I gave birth to a baby girl named Willa. And so moving forward, I will travel the United States with my mom and my daughter, 3 generations, as I seek a deeper understanding of the United States on a local scale, see how people participate in democracy and whether it works. I'm trying to understand the state of my country and how it will affect my daughter's future directly. I'm making the United States my home again and bringing the idea of home to my work. Thank you.